Are you looking to join Cycling Men of Leisure for one of our rides in 2025? We've got a few things on our schedule.
That's right. We'll be attending Big Bragg and also the Bourbon Country Burn.
Big Bragg is in Georgia and Bourbon Country Burn's in Kentucky. Both places are going to be absolutely beautiful. We're going to have teams for both of those events. If you're looking to join us on our team, just send us a message. We'll tell you what to do.
So come on out. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
Well, it's time for Road Adventures with Cycling Men of Leisure, the podcast for cyclists who understand that riding is not just about getting to the destination, but the experience along the way. Now, here are the original Cycling Men of Leisure, Adam and Michael.
Welcome to Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure. I'm Adam, and always across from me is my good friend, the co-host of Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure across a time zone, and hopefully, my friend, you did not get hit with baseball-sized hail today, Michael Sharp.
Hello again, Adam. No baseball-sized hail here. So, well, I mean, we're supposed to have some severe weather and some hail. I didn't hear anything about baseball-sized hail, but
oh yeah, MSN in the Eastern time zone, we were a little bit worried about our. Although it did say it was more close to I-70, but still, it said Kansas City. And of course, when I see Kansas City, I think of you. And it said Kansas City to see baseball-sized hail today. And I thought, that's some pretty serious hail.
You are getting your weather from a news organization. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, man. 50% of the time they can be wrong or right. So
you got to, when we have a little bit, generally when we have like an inch of snow, we've got a blizzard, a snowstorm has hit us. It's like, really? There's an inch of snow. So,
well, good
they
enough.
Have a tendency to, build it up a little bit bigger than it is.
Well, sure. It's they got to get more news, more people to click on it. It's clickbait. Oh, sorry. I just got a little excited there. Hey, listen, I gotta start the show with an apology.
Okay. What did you do now? Now you're not apologizing for me, are you? Because I didn't do anything. All my facts have been in order. Nothing.
No, this one's clearly 100% on me.
Okay, stop.
Yes.
Everyone heard that. 100% on Adam. Michael did nothing wrong. And
I'm sorry, did you say something?
So what'd you screw up on?
Well, anytime you're working on something that you're trying to plan for, and obviously we plan for the shows to come out, we schedule the shows, and so I was going to go lollygag around the Caribbean on a cruise, which we're going to get to in a minute. And so I said to you, hey, we need to do a couple shows. I told you the dates that I was going to be gone. And so we kind of put this schedule together to put out the shows. And one was going to be released the day I was leaving, and one was going to be released the day that I was landing, but obviously wouldn't have time to record it while I was gone. So nevertheless, landed back here on March 3rd, and show came out at 4 p.m. Eastern, as it does every other Sunday. We really try our hardest. And in that show, I did a plug for, hey, join our brag team. So during the brag,
I see where this is going.
Part of the marketing team is if you have 10 or more, you can get the jersey. And so we were trying to get the ladies team pumped up, and I put it on thick for a little plug to try to get the ladies to sign up. And as you do at times, I was doing a little research, and I wanted to listen to our last show. Not that I wanted to hear myself, but sometimes I like to listen to the show to make sure ideas that we can share things back and forth, how we should do it next time. And so I decided, driving back and forth to work, I got about a 20-minute commute to work. I know you have like 13 stairs, which is great. That you're not going to get a lot of podcast time getting back and forth to work for you, but for me, it's about 20 minutes. So I said, I'm going to listen to our show. Well, while I was on my vacation, I saw that the Bragg team had ended March 1st. You had to sign up by March 1st. Well, our show came out on the 3rd, and then we were like, hey, join our team. And I'm like, well, oops. So I want to apologize to everybody. That was not on purpose. That was just poor timing and trying to get everything planned before I decided to lollygag around the Caribbean. And so I want to just send out an apology. But besides that,
Adam screwed up. Michael did not.
Hold on. Let's check one off. Check. Adam made a mistake. So I'll mark that up for 542 for the year 2024 so far. So we'll hope to not go above 1,000. So, but we had a good trip, good little vacation, good little getaway. Couple weird things happened, but nevertheless.
Now, let me stop you there.
Okay.
Periodically throughout your trip, you occasionally would drop me a picture or, give me a heads up what was going on. Yeah. I appreciate it. It's always fun to see what you're doing, where you're going. I'm just going to ask.
Okay.
You work for the government, right?
I do.
A form of the government. So what I'm wondering is if maybe you work for a different part of the government that I wasn't aware of, because it seems like maybe Cycling Men of Leisure has gotten into the espionage, overthrowing small governments, coup d'etat activities. This is why I say this, everyone. He goes to Haiti, takes a beautiful picture of the beach. Him and his wife are having a lovely time. The next day or 2 days later, huge prison break, and the prisoners storm the palace and demand the ouster of the leader. I just think that is somewhat coincidental that you happen to be in Haiti, following day, prison outbreak, boom. So I'm thinking,
not allowed to talk about that.
No,
seems a little suspicious to me.
Well, listen, I mean, that part of my life I can't talk about. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not afraid to say I was on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and they have the peninsula of Labadee, and Port-au-Prince was like 7-hour drive away, where the unfortunate just craziness.
Or if you were a agent, you would just hop on a helicopter and it would be a 30-minute flight there.
Mm-hmm.
You pass out your loaves of bread with the saw blades in them, hop back on. 2 hours, you're back on the beach.
Secret agent, man.
No, I must tell you that I don't have a helicopter in my back pocket, and it's kind of frowned upon. Doesn't get through security on the cruise ship, but no, actually, I cannot take claim for that. I can't confirm or deny. I mean, can't confirm that. I had nothing to do with the Haiti prison, although many people have reached out to us and been like, "Were you guys in Haiti?" I'm like, well, technically we were in Haiti, but I think we found out that Royal Caribbean has leased the peninsula of Labadee
in Haiti.
In Haiti,
yes,
since 1987. The guys hold us there. So
you seem to want to create some mystical thing that you were in Haiti, but you weren't in Haiti.
Nah,
which just adds to the story of that. Just sounds suspicious. Oh, I was in Haiti, but I wasn't in Haiti. Either you were or you weren't. That's all I'm going to say. Very suspect.
Well, not only was a suspect in Haiti, but so we got back from the trip, and my wife's on the treadmill, and I hear her go, "Huh," and I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I'll tell you in a second." And so she gets off the treadmill and comes downstairs, and she's like, "Hold on, I'm going to take a quick shower, and I'll come outside and tell you." And I said, "Okay, what's going on?" And she's like, "Look at this," and she holds her phone in front of me, and it was a story of a guy who was a stateroom attendant who had placed a camera in a provocative way to watch women go to the restroom. He gets caught, and sure enough, it was on our cruise. Luckily, he wasn't our stateroom attendant. Now I keep teasing my wife that she's on the dark web, but poor guy's got a lot of sickness. It turned out to be a 10-year-old, and then they found child pornography. And so it was kind of like, I'd go back to work and people were like, weren't you on this boat? Yep. Weren't you on this cruise? Yep. So I hope that man can get some help. But
where Adam goes, chaos follows.
Yes. I mean, no. Well, I did not mean that. What was I talking about? So moving on. So the last time you and I got together, you gave some hints for something we're calling Cycling Men of Leisure Listener Spotlight.
Nice.
You gave some clues. I said, I'm going to text you. And I had guessed at that time Pittsburgh and St. Louis, which you politely and ever so kindly told me that I was wrong. And you said I was. All right. And then
I liked how you hedged your bets, though. Let's not give one answer. Let's give two answers.
Well, sure. Up by percentage. But then you said, I said, well, what is it? And you're like, you're going to have to wait till we record.
Yeah.
And so now I'd love to hear the hints again, if you don't mind.
I do not mind.
I'll take one last guess.
All right. The settlers were drawn to this area due to two large springs.
Okay.
The current name is not its original name. It was originally named after something that was produced in the settlement, the town on site.
Okay.
It was renamed later after a Revolutionary War hero. And the town has a connection to Charles Lindbergh, Johnny Cash, and a kid's ball game. And those were your hints.
You know, the Charles Lindbergh is what made me go to St. Louis.
Yeah, I figured that one.
But now that you just said kids ball game, I'm going Louisville, Kentucky with Louisville Slugger.
Let me first say that I do not believe St. Louis was named after a Revolutionary War hero, but that's okay.
It
Solid
could
guess.
have been General St. Louis. I'm just kidding.
Little known Revolutionary War hero. You went Louisville because I said the children's ball game.
Yes.
That's solid, but that would be incorrect.
Oh, man. That is no...
So now you've guessed 3 times and all 3 of them are wrong. Yes. So, do you want to know what our listener spotlight community is?
Yes. I obviously have taken now 3 guesses and I've been wrong all 3 times. So, yes, please.
Well, I think I mentioned at some point that I'm pretty sure you've never been to this town. The town for this week is Starkville, Mississippi.
You're right. I've never been to Starkville. I don't even think I've been to Mississippi now that you say that.
We have had many listeners, several, I won't say many, I'll say several listeners from Starkville, Mississippi.
Thank you, listeners from Starkville, Mississippi. Thank you all listeners, but especially this time that we're spotlighting Starkville, Mississippi.
Now, let me give you a little bit more detail here. The city was created in 1834.
Okay.
It was originally named Boardtown because they had a good-sized mill there, and they used to produce clapboard, which is what they would use for shingles and put on the sides of homes. So it used to be called Boardtown. A few years later, they decided that Boardtown wasn't a great name for a community. Come live in Boardtown. Marketing, not a good idea on that one. So then they renamed it after General John Stark, Revolutionary War hero, and he is best known for the Battle of Bennington, which was in New York.
Okay.
the connection to Lindbergh cash in a kid's ball game. I'll explain that. Lindbergh landed on the outskirts of Starkville in 1927 during his Guggenheim tour.
Okay.
He was touring around the country, landed there. Starkville is one of several places that claim the credit of the invention of T-ball.
Oh, wow.
Kids ball game. And Johnny Cash in 1965 was arrested in Starkville for public drunkenness.
I would imagine the number would be up a lot higher than it is now.
And it even inspired him to a song called Starkville City Jail, which was on his At San Quentin album. So there you go.
All right. Well, interesting. So thank you, listeners from Starkville, Mississippi.
Absolutely.
We appreciate your continued support.
Yes.
Well, all right. So at the end of the show, we will do it again with another city. I hope so. I didn't want to put you on the spot. You prepared for another one?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
We've got a lot of places listeners are listening to us from. So, I mean, it's never ending.
Okay. So our friend Trip told us that you and I could be looking at some elevation, and I was wondering, how's the training going? On behalf of Adam
and Michael,
we both want to say thank you
for your support.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah, I'll take cycle training for 400, please.
Okay.
Haven't got out on the road yet, but I have spent some time on the Peloton.
Awesome.
So it's not that I'm not training. I haven't got into hardcore or anything like that, but I'm getting some spins in. So I think that's pretty good.
Good.
As far as elevation, I live in Kansas. So I'll worry about that later. But
okay. Well,
I was going to give you a really smart aleck answer, and then I decided not to. So how is your training going, by the way?
Pretty good. Actually, much, much better. Well, after you go to the doctor and get a little bit of a scare, you don't really have a choice, but that's for another time, another day. But yes, got some not such great numbers. And so I've been working out every day. We do have a Strava club. I don't know if we've ever mentioned that on this show, but
I don't know.
We have a group called Cycling Men of Leisure, kind of original there, I know. 37 members strong right now.
On Strava.
On Strava. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
You can go find, groups and find Cycling Men of Leisure and join us. And, it's just a place to share workouts and rides. Like last 2 days, I've done, five each day, but 10 miles hiking and like to get out and do my hiking and been on the treadmill a lot.
I will say our team member Bill has been crushing it on a bike.
Oh, man. Every time I turn around, it's like chain gang, 60 miles, 70, 30 miles. I'm like, man, the weather in Georgia must be really nice, or he's a brave man. So
super motivated.
Or both.
Good job. Good job, Bill.
Absolutely. Trip had a funny thing today. He parked somewhere and it said something about premarital sex and smoking kills. So it was really funny. So if you saw Trip's workout today, so he had like 20 miles. And so our good friend Juan had like 50 miles. I mean, so those Georgia folks are putting in some miles.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? It's warmer in Georgia.
Yeah. Don't they realize in Michigan it's going to be like 30 again tomorrow? So, but you told me something. I was going to say.
I was going to say Peloton. we actually have I wouldn't call it a group. You can hashtag. So we're hashtag cycling men of leisure.
Okay.
We can go on there and support each other and follow each other that way. So we're kind of
Cool.
getting to be everywhere.
You could do the pound sign. I'm just kidding. Hashtag cycling men of leisure on Peloton, or search for the group Cycling Men of Leisure. You'll see our logo there on Strava if you're a Strava kind of person. So one of the things I see at my office is some of the employees have these Quibbies, and I didn't know what they were for QB or whatever, CUBII. But as I'm talking to them, they look like, I know this is a podcast and YouTube, but if you could see me right now, I'm like bobbing my head back and forth.
My head's going back and forth. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, I'm pedaling my under the desk bicycle. I'm like, okay, all right then. So,
okay, I was shocked though. Because I figured these QB things.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Great idea. You're sitting there, maybe burn a few calories, keep the body moving. Think that's a great idea. But I'm thinking, the price of these is, $29.95 plus shipping and handling. And I could probably get a second one for free. Just pay the shipping and handling. We looked at the price of these things.
3.
They're like $200, $250. I was like, don't forget the optional expanding handle and telescoping handle, I guess is what they call it. I was like, wow, that's like a serious piece of workout equipment.
Yeah, that's wellness reimbursement money right there, baby.
Yeah, if you've got that.
Your company doesn't give you wellness reimbursement.
We don't get wellness reimbursement, but I don't
care about your health, huh?
I don't directly work for a government entity.
Well, listen.
Indirectly, but not directly. Yeah.
I was going to say, I always joke with you, like, don't you work for the government? So, but we get a little money there. So that's definitely reimbursable. But, those things are really heavy. One of my employees
handle on it. I mean, I'd figure there's got to be some weight there. That surprises me.
Well, one of my employees was moving from one office to the other, and I said, I'll get this. And I was like, holy macaroni. It's like a solid lead. But I think the idea is being heavy that when you want to pedal on the ground, it won't move on you.
You can really jack up the resistance and it not go anywhere.
Moving along. I want you to know that I've been in contact with Primal. Primal is the company that Bragg is using for the jersey for our team for Big Bragg 2024. I sent in all the logos and got some ideas and what they want on what we may want on the jersey. So what I'm willing to give away right now is I said that we really want a map from Atlanta to Savannah on the back, and then maybe with each overnight town, and then so that's something we're trying to get. Of course, the logo. Always have to have. It's a great day for a bike ride. There's some requirements from Bragg. I think the Northside Hospital has to be on there, and Bragg, of course,
sponsor,
so gave them a few color schemes. Going to leave that a little bit of a surprise right now, just until we can get some mock-ups. But we'll do the same thing we did last year. We'll put it on the 2024 Big Bragg Facebook page. If you're not joined that yet and you're part of the team, please request it. I'll approve it within seconds. And we'll put the rough drafts on there, get maybe a little voting going. I'd like to get some opinions. Don't want it to just be, what we say, and that's it. So we'd like to get some.
What I think we should also just throw it on our regular Facebook page too, just for the sake of people being able to see as it develops what it originally started out with. Because I know last year when we did this, we had this idea, started out one way. We did allow the team to, do some voting on colors and designs and stuff. And it completely came out completely different than what we started with, which isn't a bad thing. No. It's just all part of the process. But that brings up a good question.
Yeah.
Speaking of jerseys, what do you think, now that we're in the process of designing a jersey again, what do you think makes a good jersey? What are you looking for a good jersey?
Hey, Adam, I need a Coke.
Sounds good. We'll be back after a quick break. If you're talking like a week-long event jersey, I always like some sort of reference to what's going on or what happened, like overnight towns. Like I'm wearing a Ragbri t-shirt today, and like each, circling the balloon here was each overnight town. I kind of like that. So if you want a reference point, or it could be a defense mechanism for an argument in a few years. I could I could pull off the
Michael,
jersey.
you're wrong, and I can prove it.
That's right.
Let me go up in the attic and dig out that box of old jerseys, and I'll prove you're wrong.
I told you we went to Social Circle. We did not. We did not
right
go.
Here on the jersey.
I told you that we did not go to whatever. But so yeah, I like that. Well, reference to what was going on during the week, and then I suppose even
so a reference to where we were going, not what was going on.
Yeah, where we were going, and
because if we were in Haiti, we wouldn't put prison break on this day, or it's where we were at.
No, but
where we went to.
Prison Break was a good television show back in the day, so I mean,
it was.
So, yeah. So that, and then my other opinion would be something that just flows, looks good with most, not all, but a lot of cycling shorts are black, so a jersey that would look good with black. And then
what doesn't look good with black? Oh,
I mean, listen, why do you think the uniform that we at work that we have is black for the drivers? We want the drivers to look good and everything. So, when I first started there, you had to wear black shoes, black pants, but I don't know if you've ever tried to buy like black pants recently. I mean, first of all, they're all ripped up and you pay more. And so we let the employees wear jeans now, but they have to have a let's t-shirt on. Let's
t-shirt. Are they polos or t-shirts?
Polos.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little higher end.
Yeah. But I guess for me, for a week-long ride, now if it's just a single event, like I like maybe like a multicolor, but I guess those are my answers for what I think a good jersey would look like or what it is. What about you?
You know me, I like bright colors.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even if I wasn't cycling, I still like bright colors.
Like the Gorilla Century that was fluorescent orange.
Yes, the Gorilla Century. So, yeah, I like bright colors. And I agree with you. I do like the map thing. I think that's cool for those week-long rides, kind of show our progression, where we went, that type of thing. I'm kind of a snob when it comes to brands.
Okay.
I'll admit that. Because we have had a lot of different brands, and there's a couple brands out there that I like, that fit me well, and that wear well. Because the last couple of years, we've came across a couple brands that they didn't wear very well. They were comfortable, but they just didn't hold up from a wearer point of view. So that's a big thing. I usually like those brands, plus, what the fit is going to be versus some of these other ones.
Yeah.
I also like things that have unique logos. And I mean, every jersey's got a unique logo. But what I mean is something that like makes people kind of stop and go, what's that all about?
Gotcha.
2 examples of that would be, what would it be? It would be Bike Ride Across Iowa 2018. The Screaming Eagle.
Yeah.
Has this big eagle on it. And I mean, it makes people like stop and go, oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Bragg 2022. The farm overall one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good, jersey.
That one was good. And also last year on the 50th, wasn't the official jersey, but the goat jersey.
Oh, yeah.
For Ragbri.
Yeah.
So I like those kind. I mean, yeah, with this. You know, I mean, a lot of jerseys will have mountains on them or this or that, but I like something that really stands out because, quite honestly, you know, I like it when people ask me about rides, and then I can, you know, tell them about them, talk to them about them. So
right here is where we were.
yeah, we were right there.
That's right.
So yeah,
well, cool.
it was just
we're
curious now that we're getting into that process. So
yeah, we're in the process. Speaking of brag, if you're still looking to sign up, well, they won't.
You can't join a team.
You can't join a team anymore.
Exactly.
I don't want to get myself in trouble, but you can still sign up and save a little money because the next cost increase, this is not a joke, is April 1st. So you can still save a little money if you signed up for the week-long ride before April 1st. Also, Brag Light. Just real quick, Brag Light is you could do the first 3 days or the last 3 days. If you do the full week, you get a day off in between if you choose to take a day off. So that is there. Shoreline, our other big week-long ride in August. Just spoke to the events director, Neil, today. By spoke to, I mean text, to be honest. But says that he's getting a lot of signups. So if you want to join us there, we got a little surprise going on there. We can share that.
We do, don't we?
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool. I like it.
Yeah. So please, if you're looking for another ride this year, Shoreline, Michigan, think top of the Lower Peninsula, going from Alpena to Traverse City, but you can check out our other shows. We definitely beat that horse. So, but let me just say, with a layover in Mackinac Island, that's going to be awesome,
which is cool. And you didn't tell me, but I found out on a TV show the other day that it is like the most haunted place in Michigan.
I didn't know.
Said this TV show. Yeah.
Well, said a TV show. Is that the same weatherman that I watched with the baseball-sized hail?
It could have been.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe it is.
No, they were doing a show on Michigan or something, and they went to Mackinac, and in the wintertime, the place is like dead.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently a lot of creepy things happen in the hotel and things like that.
Of course it does.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Sure. The other thing I would love just to take a second and plug is our friend Sarah, and we're going to drop a link to her fundraising below. Sarah came on to one of the Cycling Women of Leisure shows, which we will have again. We're looking for some female guests. So if you're a female and you think that you would be a good interview on a podcast and want to have something to share or spread, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. But Sarah, not only our friend, but we thought she'd be a good interview. She was doing Bike and Build before, and she had helped with Habitat for Humanity's while biking, helped building homes, and she's doing something like that again. She is, we'll drop a link to the show that she was on, and we'll also drop her fundraiser link. She's about 3/4 of the way to her goal, so I'd love to share that. So if someone's looking to help out a great cause, this helps out people who need a little help in life with homes, and Sarah needs to pedal more to help get to places to help with people with those homes. So we'll share all that information. So
awesome.
Selfish plug, our Facebook for the men, 581.
But now that's just for the men. We have two Facebooks. We've got a men's and a women's.
That's right.
And so you kind of almost need to double that number for like the total Facebook follow.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely it's a growing. So we love that. People are sharing and helping us out. So
and 100 on Instagram, which I think we've had for 2 months or something.
Yeah.
Not very long.
So we'll definitely be sharing some stuff as we're doing some events and actual cycling.
We got to do that too, don't we?
Yeah, well, you don't really have to. If you have a good friend that can help you get the bike down the road and ride it in the last mile and spritz yourself with some water. No.
Sounds like you've done this before.
I mean, I left everything in the Haitian prison, so... that's the plugs there. But you said that you wanted to bring something up that we've done before. So,
yes.
All right, I'm ready.
We did a little segment the end of last year, one of our episodes, about things that maybe annoy us. Well, I have some stuff that annoys me.
Oh, wait.
We need to bring that up.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Rants of dissatisfaction.
Is that what you mean?
That was it. Yes.
Perfect.
Rants of dissatisfaction. I have a couple and I want to rant.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm sitting down.
It happened to me a couple of times. It's happened to me a ton. It's happened to everybody, I think, out there. But this last weekend, I'm still working on some projects around the house. Need to go to the hardware store. Had to stop by the grocery store. Things like that. Happened to me twice. 2 stores right in a row. Very agitating. People are leaving the store with their carts of goods.
Okay.
And someone is coming in the other way, and it's someone they know. Awesome. Hey, John. Hey, whomever. Right in the doorway, they stop and start having a conversation. Now, literally right in the middle of, the sliding doors. One's got a cart, the other's just walking. They're taking up, 5-6 feet across. And there's like 2 little slits on either side that people can try to get through. But if you're behind them with a cart, you can't get out. And they see that they're blocking people, and they just keep talking. I'm like, this is my space. Exactly. And
use the other door.
And, it's like, well, excuse me, I need to get through. And then they're like slow, like you're asking them to do, move mountains or something. It's like, they act annoyed with you that you want them to slide out of the way so that this, store can continue doing business.
I can get behind that one. I got one for you too.
Okay.
So I am not a pompous beep. We promise to keep the show
clean. You're not?
Well, I mean, not in this regard. Okay. To think that I am the only one who's right. What I mean is, like, when you're walking, we just got off that cruise ship, and you'd be walking like down the aisle. And I know that Americans walk on the right in some of the different communities.
Whoa. We're not going to bash the British, are we?
No.
Okay,
no.
Just making sure.
But some people walk on the opposite side of the aisle, and we can get along. I mean, we can be like, "Hey, how are you?" You nod your head. "Hey, I hope you're having a good day." We're both on vacation. But it's the people who walk like 3 and 4 wide and make no room for anybody. And then it just makes me want to almost play like Red Rover when we were kids.
Red Rover, send Adam
exactly.
right over.
I just want to go boom, like watch out. So yes, mine would definitely be people who, I don't care where you are, amusement park, grocery store, just paying your bills at the local whatever. People who walk like 3, 4, 5 wide, and then don't leave any room for anyone else to get around. To me, I think that's a person who definitely needs to hear rants of dissatisfaction.
I bet those are the same people that go shopping that stop right in the middle of the thing to talk to people.
I bet you're right. I bet you're right.
We're ranting about the same people.
Absolutely.
Okay. Got another one here.
Okay.
Everyone has that, pretty much everybody, you do projects around the house. You have your favorite big box hardware / lumberyard.
Save more money in
Menards, Sutherland's, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever it might be.
Sure.
Over the course of the last couple of years, they do like all these type of stores. You can order things online and pick it up. The problem with it is nowadays they take those big carts for like lumber, and they'll like pile everything up there, and they'll write like Dave's name on it and slap it there. And then down the timber section or the lumber section, they will line those carts up, which is, I guess they got to put them somewhere. Yeah. Sometimes they're too deep. The problem with it is they always seem to be lined up there where I need to get in. and get sheets of plywood and things like that. And I'm like, so then I have to spend time moving the carts out of the way so that I can get in to buy merchandise and load it up to my cart and, leave the store. And so basically this last time I went in there and they were too deep and I'm like pulling them out. And normally I try to pull them out and make it so people can get through. I was just done the other day. I was just like, out of the way, get it out of the way. Dave stuff, move, all this kind of stuff. Because I had to get these big sheets of plywood. So I just we're moving them out there, loaded up my stuff. And I was like, you know what? Sorry, I messed up your system, but I'm just trying to buy a product that you have for sale.
I know where all this is coming from.
Where's that?
You have a project going on, and you're retrofitting your office, and you've been to the local big box stores recently. So, but I'm just kidding. No,
it's totally that, and I don't. It's inconvenient. I hate being inconvenienced.
Yeah.
I get it. There's going to be delays. I'm going to have to wait to get everything rang out, all that kind of stuff. But when I have to dig through carts of stuff your employees have stacked there just so that I can buy the product that I'm there to buy. Oh, very frustrating.
During this little stage in our life that was called the pandemic, COVID, that was huge because people would put these massive deck orders together and they would take all the Trex decking right down the middle. And I was building a deck during that time. And so, our buddy Joe would send me to the store and be like, okay, I need, wovenized 2x6s. I need, 8-footers. I need 10 of them. I'd be like, okay, well, go get my van. And I would drive over there and I'm moving these big carts of Trex decking just to be able to get to the things that I just need to regular everyday items or whatever. So I completely understand that.
And if it was down the middle, that would help.
Yeah.
What I want to know is why don't you put it over in the the last row over that's roofing? And you know why it's there? Because it's got chain link fence and I think roofing supplies.
Yeah.
Well, it's at the very end because very few people go to that aisle. Why don't you all stack it down there?
Well,
because quite honestly, I don't need roofing supplies and I don't need chain link fence. So maybe I'm just being selfish. I don't know.
I got one.
All right.
People who call me to tell me my extended warranty is expired.
Is that the extended warranty that you never had?
Exactly. I always, when they call me, I always say, ooh, what would it cost me to warranty a 1985? This is what I drove. This is what I learned to drive on, a 1985 Ford Escort. I called it the chick magnet. It was a wagon that was a rusted out tailgate. And my dad was a pilot who had 500-mile-an-hour tape. So he put 500-mile-an-hour tape on the back. So I always called it the chick magnet. So every time someone calls me, I'm like, yeah, I've got a 1985 Ford Escort. Click. They hang up on me.
What can you do for me on a vehicle that's got 485,000 miles on it?
Not a darn thing, sir. Anything else?
I do have one more.
All right.
I guess I've been building up a lot of rants lately, or just needed to rant. I don't know, one of the two. But
well, when you don't ever get out of your house, so you don't get to when I go to work, I get to release all this stress. Well, all my employees have to hear all my garbage. I'm getting stressed out about something. I'm like, well, since you guys can't get up from your desk and I can walk where I want, you're going to listen to what I have to say.
Just do your QB or whatever and listen to what I've got to talk to you about.
That's right.
Yeah, and I never leave my house, so there's nobody here for me to rant to.
All right.
We are in the month of March.
Yes.
That is a couple months after Christmas, if my math is correct.
I would concur.
Thank you.
This show, if you're listening to the day that comes out, is on St. Patrick's Day. It's the 17th of March.
So we are a ways away from Christmas.
Yes.
I was driving around the other night and in my big burg here, and there's still people that have their Christmas lights up. Now, I understand there are going to always be people who refuse for whatever reason, don't care, refuse to take down their Christmas lights.
Yes.
I'm not that guy. I think it's, it's kind of tacky, but whatever. It's your house. I mean, you want to leave them up, great. What drives me insane is 2 houses I went by have their Christmas lights up, and they're still turning them on at night. Why? I don't need to see, your nativity scene lit up or your, strings of lights around the roof of your house. I drives me insane. It's like, okay, you didn't want to take them down. You're going to be putting them up in 11 months, but why are you still turning them on?
I got one for you. I better be careful how I tell this story, but in my neighborhood, there is I'll just say a house that still has Christmas lights.
Okay.
This person, you know what the Nextdoor app is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Handymen and plumbers and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this person advertises that they do handyman work and they're willing to come to your house and fix things and everything. And I have been so tempted to set up a fake account and then just like go fishing and be like, do you help people take Christmas lights off your house? And if they reply back, yeah, we can help out with that. I'm like, well, why don't you start with your house?
That's not a very good reference, let me tell you.
I mean, I haven't done that. And if they happen to like podcasts, I'm sure they're going to think, well, go blow out a kazoo.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have been so tempted to do that. But I figured somehow, some way, IP addresses or someone would know it was me. So I have decided that I would refrain from doing that. So
okay. Well, I'm done ranting.
Okay. Well,
there you go. That's all I got. But
I think we're going to officially close
Rants of Dissatisfaction.
It's closed. We'll open it back up in a few months. But you know what it's time for? Everyone's favorite time. It's time to end the show. And now it's time for Listener Spotlight.
All right. And this is our opportunity to spotlight a community that we have listeners to our podcast from.
Okay.
It gives an opportunity for us to learn a little bit more about the places that our listeners are
I'm
from.
ready for some hints.
That's okay. You're ready? Do you want to do a guess before I even do the hints? You might be more successful. Okay, I'll give you a hint.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Actually, one of these could work for St. Louis.
Okay.
It is a town heavily associated with beer.
Oh, all right. Could work with St. Louis.
So far, St. Louis is up there. It is the home of over 750 drinking establishments.
Could still be St. Louis.
Could be St. Louis. I mean, that seems like a lot, though. I mean, even for a large... I don't know what the Guinness Book of World Records is for, like, most drinking establishments. I would be curious to find out if that's close to, like, the top.
Okay.
Maybe. It did, back in ye old days, have a couple of witch burnings. Probably not St. Louis. It has an association with a famous lion that I am pretty sure that most everybody out there has seen or is familiar with.
Ooh. The MGM lion. Okay, go ahead.
Is it?
I don't know.
There's a lot of lions. What about like Lion King, whatever his name was, Simba or whatever?
Simba.
The name can be translated into something concerning water in some language. And it houses a park that is one of the largest in the region.
Wow.
Any guesses? I mean, I think you were going solid there for the first two on St. Louis, but it's not St. Louis. Beer, witch burning, famous lions, large park.
I'm going with St. Louis.
Okay, well, we will find out in our next episode what our listener spotlight town is. So, all right. That's all I got.
All right. Well, in that case, I will end the show by saying today in Michigan, it was like 72 degrees, and it was a great day for a bike ride.
Well, it was indeed here in Kansas too, so
awesome.
There you have it.
All right. Well, until next time, my friend.
See you later.
Thank you for coming along with Adam and Michael on Road Adventures with Cycling Men of Leisure. If you have enjoyed this, please subscribe to the show on the podcast app of your choice.
Hey, we just wanted to remind you that we've got some really cool products at our jersey and our swag store.
That's right. You can visit cyclingmenofleisure.com. At the top of the page, you'll find our stores page. Click there. There's 2 QR codes. The one on the left has a J on it. That's the store for the jerseys. The one on the right is just a swag store. Has all kinds of different items. Kind of customizable. You can kind of make the swag the way you want it. If the QR codes are giving you an issue, don't worry. Underneath, there's 2 buttons that you can click on. Thank you, and have a great day.